mama salute. Now we all come together as well. For tomorrow, now we go make salute. Anytime where you there, it no matter. Anytime where you be, it no matter. Anything you they do, it no matter. Oh yeah, it no matter. Now we putting up stronger one. It's like Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. Where breeze not a shade. TPP TV, Talking Points platform. Then they give you information about salute.
Yes, family owner, welcome back to yet another very important segment where they come through the Talking Point platform. My name now Mohamed Kago, and today na the 20th of December 2020, and this now your usual health corner show where we they bring Cantona every Sunday. Today the topic where we get for can talk about now hypertension. Hypertension, the WHO, the World Health Organization, don't describe her as the silent killer. Plenty of people that don't die in a saloon out of hypertension, where Bokuno no say that because of that they die for. Where sometimes we can blame which man, sometimes we can blame working place. Somebody say just come and walk, he can't fall down. He come and walk. As he can say, we just Allah one time don't do. Now promote and just promote and go. As he kind of also now offices you don't at attack each other before they die. Most of them here it don't happen as alone times without number. In fact, according to WHO, let me just give you a statistic. Around 1.3 billion people around the world they suffer with hypertension, and 2/3 of them people a day. Then they live now we own country there, like Salone, like then developing country like Africa, some parts of Asia, and it's very serious. Plenty people that don't die out of this sickness where someone, because we know they do postmortem all the time at Salone, we know they even know exactly what thing caused the death of this person. If we not blame him by which man, we'll blame him in a place, or we'll just blame him by a mate, or we'll just blame her by the work and the new position we don't get. But however, in as much as we know say we get fetish, other things that they happen, but something and they are not connected to it. Just that we don't even understand the real cause. That I make in white man country, when person die, then they do what they call post-mortem, then they check and find out what killer. Now, for talk this talk better one. We invite again, as usual, we Dr. Alpha Jagon Koroma for make Ikambo can down for we follow we understand what's in hypertension, what's in the symptom, either affect we, and so on and so forth. So, Doc, you can say greetings to the family who they listen around the world.
Good evening and good afternoon or good morning wherever you watch me from, and welcome to the program Health Corner, where we try every Sunday for giving as best as we can a simple explanation of the most common diseases them where they affect people in the salon, but also other parts in the world.
All right, thank you very much. First, we know the waste time, we go straight to the point. Tell me, what's in hypertension?
Well, thank you for inviting me also today again for we can talk about this. And as you don't read some shocking statistics about hypertension. So firstly, hypertension now we call also high blood pressure. You know, and as you don't say, this WHO World Health Organization don't term the silent killer, because sometimes people in the work around not even know say they get pressure, and then go just for them and die, and then we can blame them and which man and other person them. So they kill a lot of people worldwide, and so we saw na Salone in other sub-Saharan developing countries them where we know equipped medically for able to tackle such. So in a nutshell, this high blood pressure or hypertension, now where you get above the normal level of pressure. But firstly, somebody go ask, waiting a blood pressure, just the blood pressure, waiting a blood pressure. So blood pressure, now the force where we circulating blood in our body, they pump against the walls them, the blood vessels, the way we get inside our body. We get within that we call blood vessels, be it arteries and veins, capillaries, all these things. So that blood, circulating blood all over our body, the way the force where they put against the blood vessels here in our body, basically in more simple terms, now in the blood pressure. And the blood pressure normally, then they calculate them in sort of a fraction and in unit of millimeter mercury. So the normal blood pressure, different literature will give you different, but the most standard one now 120/80 millimeter mercury. If you stay within this number, then you get a normal pressure. But if you are above this number, then you for sustained period of time, then you don't get hypertension or high blood pressure. But people ain't go know. So waiting at this number, this 120/80, for example. Well, the 120, the top number, now waiting and call the systolic number. And this number, we get this number, the time where the heart, it contract and pump blood outside. Now they tell we they get this number, then they check this number. The below number where they don't win at the diastolic number. Now they tell where the heart don't relax after that contraction, after that pumping out of blood. Now in the lower number where in at the diastolic number. Again, the normal blood pressure number now 120/80 millimeter mercury. If every time you check your blood pressure and it is above this, then it's a cause for concern and a good for talk with you healthcare workers them are waiting at the way forward.
Yeah, thank you very much, Doc. I think I know if we go play one short video for let the people understand, just like we explained. So then we'll see the example now about how this thing happen. Or we just good try for understand a little bit more from what you explained. So
high tension on the arteries and vital organs. Now, normal BP is 120/80. Systolic is on top and diastolic is on the bottom. So our memory trick is San Diego. Systolic is the squeeze and expansion of blood vessels under pressure. And diastolic is that decompressing, that relaxation of the vessels. Now in hypertension, we have high tension on the heart and blood vessels. So remember by saying anything over 140, the heart says, oh lordy. Now as far as your numbers, the elevated BP starts at 120/129/80. Stage 1 hypertension is 130/139, and diastolic is 80/89. Now we start taking major note when it gets to stage 2, this 140/90. Remember, 140, the heart says, oh lordy. Now hypertension crisis is anything over 180 systolic and 120 diastolic or more. Now this is super dangerous because it can cause brain damage and even a heart attack. Now as far as the signs and symptoms of hypertension, hypertension usually doesn't cause any signs or symptoms. Since it creeps up over time, we call this the silent killer.
Okay, Doc. So my family, I don't see what's in the doc don't explain how precise, but some people are visual learners. Now when they see that they understand more, that make we take with time. In as much as the doctor explained to us, and I said, don't see exactly how it operates. Like, it's very important. So, doctor, what are the signs and symptoms? Are there any signs and symptoms regarding this?
Yeah, well, according to that video the way we play, when a very accurate one, in normal cases, in most adults, we not get, they get any signs and symptoms, even where your blood pressure they very, very high in dangerous level. Sometimes they get any signs and symptoms. However, though, they get some other people and we go experience some form of signs or symptoms. Like for example, persistent headache behind you aid nayan, which we can call say pancreas, you aid. Some other people go experience fainting episode, go faint for several times. then go faint frequently. Some people also go feel dizziness. Some people go get shortness of breath. Other people then go get nosebleed. But all them signs and symptoms here, so where I don't mention, so they're not only specific, say now only where you get high blood pressure, you get them. Other diseases there, you get them signs and symptoms here also. So that I make them term the silent killer, because you had go the pain you due to high blood pressure. You not even know say now high blood pressure you don't get. So the best way when you go pay a visit to a medical facility, always it good for make you ask. Most times the nurse then go do them, but if they not do them, make you ask. Let them check you pressure, because in most cases now when they check somebody in pressure, then they detect say, oh, this person gets high blood pressure. You know, so then signs and symptoms here. If you feel them, now it cause for alarm. It good make you seek more help. But even when you not feel them signs and symptoms here persistently, if you get pressure machine house and you sabi do them, somebody do sabi do them, it good make you to check yourself regularly. Or when you visit healthcare facilities, them it good make you check yourself regularly, because that's not the best way then go able to know if you get pressure.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, what's not the type we get any types of hypertension where you go like for a name to we people? What are the types, if there are any?
Well, basically we get two main type, of hypertension. You get what they call primary or essential hypertension, or sometimes they call it idiopathic. From the word idiot. Waiting that one they mean we don't know waiting they cause this primary hypertension. That's why they can term also idiopathic. We don't know the cause. The doctors they don't know that there is no identifiable cause. This now don't cause this. And this kind of high blood pressure, they develop over time, sustained period of time, gradually, they develop. The second type now in them called secondary hypertension. And this one sometimes can just appear suddenly. Somebody can just fall down or feel sick suddenly. And in most cases, this secondary hypertension is due to an underlying sickness, an underlying disease. And such disease can be chronic kidney diseases. It can be also due to, say, thyroid issues, thyroid gland issues like hypothyroidism and adrenal gland issues. It can be also even to certain medication like birth control pills. People who don't take birth control pills for a long time, then they are at risk for get high blood pressure. And I think, or even also diabetes. Now, one thing also they don't link to high blood pressure. So basically, now the two type of high blood pressure, hypertension, there were primary or essential. Now the first one, then we get secondary hypertension.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll look at the other side. What's not the complication with high blood pressure? What's not the complication when you lead to high blood pressure?
Well, for here, complication in a sense, I mean, for example, if you don't get high blood pressure and you're not under control, what it can lead to, what is the next thing where it can cause? So now in the complications, you get pressure, but waiting more and other things worst where fits come under this, and sometimes you get stroke where you pressure down there in dangerously high level. You go just get stroke. You go get heart attack or heart failure. Some people they get even brain damage. Some people they get aneurysm. Some go get difficulty in memory for remember something, and some also can get loss of vision. So these are the complications. These are the big risks if you get high blood pressure and you not control them. These are the things them way high blood pressure go deteriorate to heart attack or heart failure and stroke, loss of vision, or even sometimes brain damage, and all entire way I don't mention. So there is possibility let them lead to sudden death.
Okay, so what kind of category of people that are highly placed on the risk level?
Oh yes, there is a whole lot of category, then people will fall under this category. Firstly, as I don't say that for the type two, for the second type, when are the secondary hypertension, then underlying diseases, then so people with the underlying diseases, then with thyroid or adrenal gland problems, people with something obese, or people where they take certain medications like the birth control pills, or people who get chronic kidney diseases. These now people where they at risk for develop high blood pressure. High blood pressure also race, for example, with the Africans, people of African heritage, black man, to be specific, we they in high risk for develop high blood pressure than people of Caucasian or white race. There is different theories out there why this, than in another debate for another time. But a lot of studies don't point to as Africans, we susceptible, we more likely for develop high blood pressure. Another thing are age. I think for man after 64 years of age and for woman after 65 years of age, then they are at risk for develop high blood pressure. But that notwithstanding this one, as young as in late 20s, somewhere in 30s, I don't see cases where people they develop high blood pressure. So nothing say, oh, I not reach 60, 78, are they safe? That's not just a cap where them put, you know. But even young people and they develop high blood pressure. People and we get bad lifestyle habits also. Say people and we they eat boku salt. You understand? Boku salt then you diet. People the way they drink alcohol heavily, they smoke tobacco heavily. All these kind of people they at risk for develop high blood pressure. People the way they watch them weight, say you obese, you know, you overweight. All them kind of people they at risk for develop long time high blood pressure.
Okay. One of the kind of question we will ask, how we go manage with high blood pressure?
Well, firstly, I believe say you get for work with your doctor first for the doctor if there is any underlying cause, because primary hypertension they will sometimes no identifiable cause no day. But if it happen for be like secondary hypertension, then the doctor get for know the underlying cause and try for offer solutions and treatment based on that. But there are things where people can do, either if you get high blood pressure, for control them, for manage them, or even for the one that we not get high blood pressure, for let them able for prevent high blood pressure. So all this again a lifestyle habit. You remember last program now we talk about the daily habit for optimal health, and most of them things then we talk about they apply also to high blood pressure control. Regular exercise. If you get pressure, you just get for exercise regularly 5 times a day if possible. Talk with you healthcare best type of exercise for you, be it running and walking, different form the way suitable for you. You know, style where people then go just sit down one place, they very, very bad. Overweight, all that they lead to overweight or obesity. Now risk. So somebody know get for no waiting for eat and control the weight, minimize your salt level where you put now your food, now your soup. All this they help for control your high blood pressure. If you get any chronic disease like say chronic kidney disease and diabetes, you need for talk with your doctor also for let them put that chronic disease under control. Let this not lead to further complications of high blood pressure. So as I say, lifestyle changes them in general, you know. Try as best as possible for let you minimize stress, because when you stress, you get all the stress hormones them where they pump inside your system, they trigger a cascade where all this they lead to high blood pressure. So you try for control your stress, drink minimal alcohol or cut them once and for all with along with tobacco, not eat boku salt, exercise and sleep regularly. So if you do some of them things here, I believe say either you go able put you blood pressure under control, or blood pressure, develop blood pressure, because at least you know a very active person and you live a very good lifestyle habits them way, I believe say good for get not only high blood pressure but so many other chronic diseases them way preventable. It depends if people decide for develop a very good lifestyle.
Okay, thank you very much. So, family, now so we come to what, now so we come to the end of the program. So, the program will be hypertension, the silent killer. We don't kill a lot of people and from we country there, and very hopeful back next week with the couch another interesting health corner program. We there for Apple with brothers and sisters and for Apple all as a country for at least we get well body, and remember well body not gently. So, Doc, you get any final word for say?
Yeah, another thing I think we are not say what left out na family history also. If you get a family history, say your mama or your papa, somebody in your family, brother or sister don't develop high blood pressure, there is a possibility let yourself get them. So some form of genetics is at play here. So if your mama, your papa be don't get high blood pressure, they suffer for, we don't die for them. You get for be careful. They talk with your healthcare professionals them and let you know how best you can prevent this and protect yourself against this. But in just the advise people again, this only points to a healthier lifestyle, healthy habit, let people then develop, because we here in health corner, we aim now for show people them how best they can able for live a good lifestyle, and that in turn will help them make no develop chronic diseases them. So again, the takeaway for today program now that you avoid stress and exercise regularly, and watch your diet, what you eat, learn a lot about balanced diet and other things that you for eat, and most importantly, a good make people know them blood pressure levels them. 1-2 times per year, if you go hospital, make let them check for you. If you go even a pharmacy where they offer that service, they a good make people know about them blood pressure, because this they kill a lot of people them na the silent killer, and then we go attribute this, say, hey, this man he wake so this morning. Now which man then so now because of him work, now because of this, so not anybody so a good spend time, know your blood pressure level, and do the things them way go help you for keep high blood pressure at bay.
Okay, thank you very much. So, Fambulen, my name is Mohamed Kagbo. Until next week, wish you a happy, peaceful, good weekend. We'll go sooner back next week. Bye bye.